Hello, I'm Sidharth, and I had product and design at growth school. When I was in 12th grade, I did not want to join college. I tried to convince my father, he tried to convince me to join college. After a lot of back and forth, he realized that I really don't want to join college. Because I was already building a career. I was running a business, a web design agency with a friend. We had clients, I was making good money. And in fact, I was hiring people who were graduating from college, training them, preparing them for the actual real work. So I didn't really see a point in joining college for what, like 3 years, 4 years in fact, like why? After a lot of back and forth, when my father wasn't convinced and I wasn't convinced about college, when he realized that, we are at a stalemate, we had an agreement. I would go to college for 1 year. And after 1 year, if I still wanted to drop out, he would not ask any further questions. That's what we did. When I joined college, I realized why my father wanted me to be there. Probably the fun of it all, making friends and chilling out, is going to convince me. But it really frustrated me further because the real life and what was important there and what we were trying to make important in the realms of education in college was not really real. What it was just all a facade that wasn't really important out there when you're trying to build a career in real life. And that sort of plays out everywhere, doesn't it? With the exception of licensed fields, majority of the fields, education really can't keep up. And tech is not the only area where it's not keeping up. When I was learning in school and computers used to be a subject, they would ask us to write step-by-step instructions like go to start, go to all programs, go to this thing, and that's how you open WordPad. That was a question, 5 marks question in the exam. And now it's completely irrelevant. You probably open a Google Docs instead of a Word document. And what we do today, like a social media manager's role and the kind of job that exists today, by the time a tutorial for how to make a reel gets into a school or college textbook, it's really gonna be outdated. None of us are gonna be watching reels anymore. So education and its traditional formats, which take years to change, really can't keep up with the evolving world. And it's gonna be evolving faster and faster as they progress. The kind of jobs that we have today, if we take a look at that, social media manager, layer 1 architect for Web3, crypto analyst. These kind of things did not even exist. And this generation gap has always existed, by the way, but this is deepening further, especially because of the internet. Our first type 1 civilization tool, or our first global communication network. It is really starting to push the boundaries of what we know and what we are capable of knowing, and our fabric of a society, how we function, how we look at each other, and what kind of information we consume every day. And things like this, things like internet, AI, climate change are going to be bigger impact. They're going to have a bigger impact on our career in our lifetime than anything else or any other generation before. So education is not going to prepare us for our future careers. And we don't even know what kind of jobs are going to exist. Like who knew like chief meme officer was going to be a thing? When our parents still shout at us today for spending so much time on phone, hey, come on, like looking at memes and laughing on reels is not going to make you money, but it kind of does, right? And so does gaming, and so does being on YouTube all day long and making YouTube videos. These kind of careers we could have never thought about. And we can't imagine what's going to happen when all folks are going to be in full force in the workforce. 5 years later, 10 years later, the old formula of our parents of getting a single degree, getting into a job, and year after year, decade after decade, slowly progressing over the career ladder is not going to work. 1 degree is not enough. In fact, like we were talking about, 1 degree is not even enough to get you started. Most companies will spend a ton of money training you once you join them, even if you have spent years before learning the same subjects in college, because that's not enough. So, all right, cool, got it, Sidharth, got it. Like the internet, has changed the landscape, technology is changing, AI is going to change the world, we don't know how. So education can't prepare us, but who can? Can anything really prepare us? Can we be really ready for these kind of future careers that we all are going to face and are already facing? Well, yes. And the funny bit is, internet is the answer. Internet is that got us here, and internet is what we're going to use as a tool to make our way through it as well. So how are we going to do that? There are 2 skills, important skills that I want to talk about. 2 skills that in this new age of internet and this new field of tech whether you are working at a company or building a company of your own, these two skill sets you will need always. And they are really simple skill sets. They are not like magic or something. When you hear them, you're like, that's it. Yes, but these basics is how I made my career without a degree as well. And I see constantly people around me, when they excel in their careers in these modern times, this is what they are doing as well. The first skill I want to learn, talk about is a duo of self-learning and decision making. They go hand in hand. In our culture, especially in India, we have been accustomed to our parents or somebody else taking decision for us, what you're gonna have for food, what major you're gonna pick, where you're gonna specialize, what kind of college you're gonna join. We are not encouraged to take as many decisions, and so that we are not interested in self-learning. So idea of teaching ourselves certain things, certain skill set, and being able to decide to learn and to continue on that path, that's really gonna help you. So pick any skill set. Maybe many of you wanted to learn guitar. Teach yourself that. Or if that didn't work out, teach yourself something simpler. Maybe a language, maybe a poem, or maybe how to make a reel, or where you challenge yourself to learn a new skill set. So constantly try to pick up new skill sets using the internet. You can just watch a simple tutorial on how to cook your favorite dish and give it an attempt. In lockdown, many of us try to do that. We can continue that habit. So a lot of this can really help you. But how? Because our brains are really smart. When we use the internet to learn, explore, and we use the brain to decide in our life that we're going to do something like this, we really get used to it. And in the modern fields as they emerge, these two are critical factors. You will have to take a lot of decisions in your career, and you will have to learn a lot on the job. And it is best time to get started now. And just being able to pick random things is really the skill set. If you don't believe me, ask the people who organize this event. Ask the people who organize the TEDx event in your college. Talk to them. If you speak with them, you will realize they had to learn a lot of it on the fly. They faced problem that no one could have predicted, and they had to learn it on the fly. Participate in things like this, which help you, put you in positions where you have to decide and learn on the fly. That's the first skill set that you can learn with or without the internet both. But whenever you see that opportunity, you gotta take that, you gotta jump in. The second important thing is the art of searching, the art of Googling. If there's one class I could take in every college, this is the one class. How to use Google. And you're like, that's easy, Sidharth, right? Like I go to google.com, I type in whatever I'm looking for, new episode of whatever is my favorite series, and I try to find when its release time is coming up. And I just click on the first link, and I call that research. But that's not how Googling is done. When I say Googling, people actually don't even Google basic questions. How many of you actually Google the medicines you end up taking? Now, I'm not saying all of you need to Google medicine, but there's a general sense of curiosity of being able to find answers. When was the last time you used Google or YouTube to solve a tech problem that you were having, some device issue that you were having? So some of you will say yes, some of you will say no, but you're getting the idea. We don't really push boundaries on this side. We don't really use Google to its full extent. You know how powerful just being able to search on Google, YouTube, and variety of search engine is? You can build an entire career. You can change your field if you know how to do that. You want to know how to build apps? You want to be a coder? You can learn all of that on YouTube. You want to be a designer or a product manager? You can learn the skill sets online. In fact, find the job online, do it online remotely in today's world, and get paid online. All of that online, it is possible today. You want to be an artist, you want to learn how to paint, you want to learn how to build NFTs, you want to learn how to enter the crypto world because you're good at art, or you want to make music NFTs. All of that you can learn online on YouTube for free. And you will need this in your careers. The future careers as they are coming, will learn about them as they emerge on the internet, and will learn how to perform within them on the internet as well, how to do our jobs on the internet as well. So better start now, better start picking up these skill sets now, better start looking for these things to learn and getting in the habit of picking things up from the internet and chalking your own path out, building your own path out on the internet yourself. It's very confusing in the starting, so start with something simple. Maybe start with how to sing a certain song, maybe start with how to write a certain way, maybe calligraphy. Pick whatever you fancy, some small subject. Let's take 2 seconds right now. Let's take a few seconds Remember one small skill set, any hobby that you saw somebody doing that you really wanted to explore, that you found was really cool. Maybe your friend plays a guitar, maybe they play flute, maybe they sing really well, maybe they paint really well, maybe they sketch really well, maybe they doodle really well, maybe they can write very well, maybe they click really good photos, maybe somebody can in your vicinity can click really good photos just by using phone cameras. You can pick one item that you want to learn and try to find the words for it. And we're gonna do a small exercise right now. You're gonna open Instagram on your phone apps. Take out your phones. I hope they're on silent. And go to Instagram app, go to the search tab. And for the first time, instead of searching your ex's name there or your crush's name there, type in hashtag and what you're trying to learn. Maybe you're trying to learn hashtag mobile photography. Maybe you're trying to learn hashtag funny videos. Maybe you're trying to learn or how to make funny videos. Maybe you're trying to learn hashtag how to make paneer do pyaza. Whatever it is, search for it. And just browse a little as you search for it. Just tap on some items. What you're doing here is you're training the Instagram algorithm, which is designed to show you stuff that you look for, to show you now stuff of your interest. And you can do this consciously every single day. This algorithm is anyway designed to keep you busy, and Instagram is designed to keep us addicted there. So why not use internet as a tool to guide us into places we really want to go? If every day or even every week you search for something you're curious about on Google or on Instagram like this, you'll start to see more and more results, more and more your feed and content surrounding you, teaching you, making you aware of things that you did not even know about. If there's a favorite software that you have, maybe you really like design softwares, maybe you like video editing softwares, you can start to learn a lot about tips and tricks by writing hashtag software name and the tips. For example, hashtag Instagram Reel tips, or hashtag Figma tips, or hashtag Adobe Photoshop tips, or hashtag photography tips, or hashtag for editing tips. Let this algorithm be trained to show you what you really want to see and how it can help you progress in your career. We can really hack all of these systems around us. They just want our attention. I mean, we can give them our attention, but we can also train them to show us things that can help us progress in our life as well. If you look at my YouTube recommendation, half of it is comedy and half of it is just learning about science stuff. Why do quasars revolve that fast? How can we use them as candles in the sky for certain kind of sciences? What are the new emerging fields of science? Or what is happening in the world of tech? What are we doing with fMRI? What is happening in neurosciences? These are the kind of topics that I'm interested in. So these are the recommendations that I get on my Instagram and on my YouTube. What are the recommendations that you get on your YouTube and Instagram? What are we gonna see if we open your Explore tab? I wonder. And if this is something that seems very simple, yes, it is very simple, especially to those of us who are born in this generation with the internet. For those who are not born with this, it's gonna be really bizarre. It's gonna be really bizarre for someone like our parents. And for this, this new world that we are heading towards, this new world of tech and fast-moving technology and constantly changing careers, we'll constantly upskill ourselves throughout our lives. We'll constantly evolve ourselves and our skill set throughout our life. In fact, to help with that, to aid with that is exactly why I'm working on this idea called Growth School. Growth School started as an idea of Growth School started as an idea of picking out the 1% top professionals from the actual industries and helping them teach other people who are upcoming. Want to become a designer? Why not learn from the best designer? Want to become a marketer? Why not learn from the best marketer? Want to become a designer? Why not learn from the best designer? Want to become a marketer? Why not learn from the best marketer? That's the idea behind Growth School. And that's what I'm working on, and that's what my mission has been in life, of changing my life with the internet and building my own career with the internet and helping other people like you do it. So you have the internet connection. What are you gonna do with it? Just watch some more funny reels or make a career?